All right, guys, so today we are going after some crappie. Earlier this year, me and Garrett was back in here doing some bass fishing, and we got into a mess of crappie back here in a hole. We never did go back for them, and I thought today would be a great day. It's October 28th, and it's raining on me, which I wasn't expecting to rain. It was raining a little bit this morning, but it's raining more. But it's like high 50s, so it feels pretty good out here. And I'm hoping that the crappie are gonna bite. They're notorious for shutting down in the rain, but I'm already out here, so who cares? So we're gonna try to get us a stringer of them. I like to get at least one stringer of fish every year. I don't eat fish very often, mainly because I mostly fish for bass, and not that I'm against eating bass. I just don't like harvesting the bass out of the places that I fish. Indiana has little stricter guidelines than they do in the lakes. So in the lakes here in Indiana, the keeper bass for most places are 14 to 15 inches. And then you can't keep anything under that. And some places they even have 17, 18 inch limits. Like that's where you have to begin to keep a fish. The creeks and rivers though are significantly different. They have a slot limit in the creek instead of an actual size that you start to keep at. In Indiana, you can keep any from little baby to like almost 12 inches. I don't want to say 12 inches because 12 to 15 is a slot, and those are off limits. And then you can only keep 2 over 15 inches. So you can take 5 from 0 to 12, or you can take 3 and keep 2 over 15, or you can keep 4 and then 1 over 15. Yeah, you get it. So they're really picky on what they allow you to take. And so for that reason alone, I really don't mess with it. My favorite size bass to eat though is actually those smaller ones, those ones under 12 inches. They're very likened to a crappie or a bluegill when they're that size. But they get bigger. I'm not saying that they get tough or nothing, but they have a very strong bassy flavor to them. And if you've ate bass, you know what I'm talking about. Now I know you can cover them in batter and seasoning and take all that away, but if you just had a bass straight up, like if you just skinned him out, gutted him, fried him in a skillet with no batter or nothing, you have a really fishy flavor to him. Once he gets big, right, he's 16 inches or bigger. The ones under that, they're great. They have a freshwater flavor to them. And so if we get into some small bass, I might just add them as well. I may take 3 or 4 little bitty guys. So don't be offended if I keep small bass. It's good to keep small fish. It's what allows your bigger fish to have a better winter. The big fish that are in here are going to be competing with all those little bitty guys for what food is left in this creek throughout the winter time. Because they're not getting out of this creek until spring, and that's like 4 months away. When the heavy rains come in, and then that gives them an opportunity to head back to the lake. I'm here at Doe Creek, and Doe Creek is a long creek that runs into Cagle Mills, Cataract Lake, whatever you want to call it. I think it's actually Cagle Mills. I'm not for sure myself, but that's what we're going after. But like I said, come this spring, a lot of these fish will be able to leave. A lot of new fish will be able to come in. And so I don't feel so bad about harvesting out of this creek. This isn't a creek that runs into a river or something like that. So these fish are lake fish for the most part. I mean, in general, a lot of these guys have come up here through the high flood season and early spring. If you're from around this area, you know what I mean by the flood season here at Cagle Mills. There's times where this creek is 15, 20 feet deep. Today, it's like barely knee deep. So we're gonna take out some lures from Lowball and Outdoors. We're gonna use some Ned Wacky lures for any bass that we may wanna try to catch. And we should have a good time, guys. We're gonna catch these fish, and then I'll probably take them home, flay them out, and show you guys what's up on that. And may even eat them tonight, who knows. All right guys, stick around, it's gonna be fun. So this is it right here. This is the stonefly from Lowball and Outdoors. It's really cool. It's got a couple little shades of green and brown in there, and I think it's going to be great. I've got her on the OK Custom walking stick, Polo Walker Special, and I just threw it up in a tree. We've got a Shimano Sienna reel with 4-pound mono line on it. And I actually just got this reel and I got it for free. I was at Lake Monroe like 4 days ago at the spillway, and while I was there fishing, I seen this reel attached to a piece of rod about this long where it broke off. And the reel is like, it's like brand new. I mean, it's still got the original line on it. I think that they fell down the high banks. If you've ever been to the spillway, you know what I'm talking about, but if you haven't, it's got these great big old banks because the spillway gets really, really deep. And now it's real low. And so a lot of that where the water eroded at is banked now, and you have to go down it to get into the creek or down by the creek. And it looks like they just fell, ate it, rod snapped, and they just like stuck it there and just left. So their misfortune was my good fortune. And so I'm not gonna let it die right there at Monroe Spillway. Instead, we put it on the walking stick. It's extremely lighter than the Lew's light I was using. So this setup right here feels like I don't even have a reel on this pole, which is kind of cool. And we'll work our way through here. Got me a stringer. I'm just looking for 10 crappie. That's what I really want. If I could get me 10 crappie, I'd be a happy guy. I can't believe how clear this water has gotten since the last time I was here. I did a video here a few times this year. I mean, look at this water, guys. It is like super clear. I could see all the way down through it. There was like a bunch of algae and leaves and everything on top of this throughout most of the year on those videos. I would put a link at the top to that video, but I want you guys to watch this one, not that one. But you can go back and look. It was some of the early creek fishing videos I did this year. This is where I was at. That's why I know what's in here, because I fished it early just to see what was going to be available to me as the year went on. And I know that back here is a crappie hole. And then I know I've got some largemouth and stuff through here, and even some good largemouth. I wasn't able to fish this spot up here ahead of me. It was like all covered up in moss and leaves, and it was just really difficult to fish. I was able to catch a few on some crawls and some tubes from HD Tackle. And that was really it. Other than that, I really wasn't able to fish it. I'm seeing all kinds of bait fish in the water. But now it's wide open. I'm gonna really be able to get in here and focus. I think I need to put a battle bug on really through this area right here. Historically, this is a really good stretch right here for largemouth bass. I've caught some really good bass in here, 3s, 4s. I've never caught one over 5 pounds in this creek, but it's gonna happen eventually. Let's get on out through here. I almost want to put top water on. I mean, it's just a special kind of day today, you know. It's been cold. We've had a big cold front come through, and it just started warming up about 3 days ago when I was at Monroe Spillway. And since then it's warmed. And now everything is it's pretty good. I'm seeing a lot of fish swimming around, bluegills and stuff like that. Nothing that I'm actually targeting. But I am seeing fish activity, which is good, because I stopped seeing that when that cold front came in. They just like totally shut down. Creek areas were looking empty, even though I knew they weren't. It's making it for a really difficult fishing experience. Today though, I mean, with the exception of the rain, we should find some fish, I think. I just think these bass are going to be wanting to chase, because it's warm. It's warmed up a lot over the last 3 or 4 days. I got the hoodie on and stuff today, but that's because I plan on being out here till dark, and it's raining. You don't want to get too wet. I got the waders on. My wade pants are 8 fans. I absolutely love them. I paid like $60 for them at the beginning of the year. They had a sale going on, and I do not regret picking them up. I used them early this year, and then they kind of just sat in my closet through most of the summer now. But we're back now. it's back to cold water fishing. Yeah, I wonder if I should put a paddle tail on. I bet you I catch some largemouth through here on a paddle tail. I don't expect to catch anything kind of right here in this open spot though. I expect to catch them up here where we got structure on the bank line, like right there where the root balls are sticking out. That's the kind of spot right there you'd find a bass at. Alright guys, we have made it. This is the hole. Right up there where you see that stick sticking up out of the water. And to the left where you see the one little raggedy tree there. It's a deep hole right there. And it's holding crappie. I'm hoping that they're biting. Like I said, I know the water is, the water temperature feels right. The air temperature feels right. But at the same time, we have overcast and it's raining. So it may throw it off some. I hope not. I'm just gonna go out here, I'm gonna give it my best and see if we can't get us a stringer of crappie. Try to get over here to the bank. I don't want them to be in that water too much. I don't want to give them any inclination that I'm coming. We'll start right out here. And we'll just run through the plastics. I'm gonna start with this Low Ball Outdoors stonefly, see if it catches anything. Like I said, we've got all kinds of lures. We've got a bunch of different plastics and stuff to try. So we're just going to see what we can get them to bite on. Yeah, I think we need to go for brighter color. I think that's what it is. This may just be a little too dark for these crappie. Crappie really like the brighter colors. Yeah, let's go with something a little lighter. I think the stonefly is just a little too heavy for what we're trying to do with it. I think it'd be great on the bottom on a Ned rig though, for sure. But we're not really looking for bass today. Like I said, I'll take a bass, but I don't want a bass. Let's go with this other Low Ball Outdoors lure. We got a couple of them here. We got a blue, and we got this hot pink and chartreuse. That right there, that's money. So let's try it out, see if we can get them to start hitting. So I know they're here. It's just going to be a matter of getting them to strike. These right here do the job. We've also got some curly tails. All right, let's get this guy out there. Let's see if they like this a little better. A brighter color to target. There we go. Little bitty one. He's not good enough. But they are here. They are here. That's the first one. All right, that's a little bitty version of what we're looking for right there, guys. See you later, buddy. Guys, my honest guess is they are inside this right here. I am going to try to jig them out of it, old school style. So you're just going to let some line out of your pole. You're going to pick your shots. You're going to try to drop it in there. And just jig it around, see if you can get one to come out and hit it. Old beaver's definitely been busy right here. Oh, missed him. Saw one come up. I was too busy looking at the beaver home. Had a nice one come for a strike. Looks like he may have been a stringer fish. He came from the left side too, so. My jig, can't see it. The other side of that tree. Get it out there. Oop. Let's just try up through here a few more times. Just in case. And here, we're right in the front of the base of this before these trees fell over. I'm wondering if they're still like that. I just can't get underneath there to them. There we go. I got largemouth out of there. Oh, I lost him. Dang it. Little crappie. Can feel him tugging on me. Still not the ones we're looking for. Yeah, I think maybe they're just down a little lower than I've been fishing. Caught him down at the bottom as well. Need to get on the bottom. That's where they're at. There we go. A little bit better one. Getting closer to that keeping size. I think they're just down low there. Ain't bad. That bitty guy. Still not good enough. They need to be bigger than that. I think they're just down a lot lower than I'm getting to. And we'll probably do pretty good with the battle bug on the way out of here for bass. Well guys, the crappie hole was a bust, which I thought it would be. The rain, like I said, it really shuts them off. So I put a battle bug on and we're gonna see if we can't catch some largemouth on the way out of here. And I think we're gonna go to another creek because I still got probably 3 or 4 hours of daylight left. So I got plenty of time. I was really counting on these crappie today. I just want some fry fish, but that's not gonna happen. So we'll take this battle bug, we'll hit all the wood and structure we possibly can. Did lose a bass back there, so they're munching. Not very aggressively. He barely hit that jig and I barely set the hook on him. That's why he popped off. So let's hit this area right through here where we came through at the beginning of the video, and let's see if we can pull some largemouth out, and then we're gonna go to another spot. All right guys, stay tuned. Something, probably another carp. That's a good bass right there. That's a good bass right there. I see one. Coming right into him. Got him. Got him. Can come right over for it. There we go. That's a good one. There's a good one. And watch him come right off the ledge over there. There we go. That's solid right there. That is solid. Probably a pound. He was sitting right over there. I watched him come across there. Then I watched him just eat this as it came out in front of him. There we go. That's almost a keeper. He's actually out of the keeping range. He's too big. He's like maybe probably 15 inches. All right, buddy. We'll see you later.
I'm a rolling stone, bound to roam, come the morning.
All right guys, lost a small bass, caught a real small bass, and then landed a decent one, but he was outside of keeping size. I don't feel like keeping any anyways. I was only going to keep some if I caught some crappie, and the crappie just weren't cooperating today. Like I said, usually when it rains like this and it's cloudy and it's just nasty like this out, it really shuts the crappie down. Makes it a lot more difficult to catch them. We caught a couple, so I'm not saying that it's impossible to catch them, but their attitudes on a warm sunny day versus a day like today is night and day. So we're gonna head over to Mill Creek and let's go see if we can catch some smallmouth. I haven't been smallmouth fishing in really quite a while. Been doing a lot of largemouth, spotted bass, starting to turn gear towards these crappie, things like that. So let's go see if the smallmouth are biting and see if we can't get us a big old fall giant or some like 4 or 5 pounder. Wouldn't that be crazy? All right guys, stay tuned.
Watch the trees, falling leaves, like the breeze, won't you blow?
Gotta be a big one around here somewhere. I got one. It's a little guy. What is that? That's a crappie. Look at this. That's like the best crappie I've caught all day too. Oh, good Lord. Get out here, dude. Man, he hit that Kitech. That's craziness. Ran right into it. Oh, and then broke off at the reel. There we are. This. Got it. Yeah, I think we're gonna go elsewhere. I guess I was able to get all my line out of the water. Jig, on the other hand, he lives there now. All right. Mill put 2 poles out of commission for 1 crappie. Well, guys, Mill Creek was almost a bust if it wasn't for that 1 crappie. I casted all my line off on the BFS and then broke myself off at the reel on the walking stick. So I'm down to 1 more rod unless I want to reline both of those. So let's head to the river and let's take the big meat stick. All right, guys, see you there. There we go. We got one. I thought I was getting pecked around there. There's the first one. Settle down there, buddy. You're a little dinky dude. He is freezing. That's probably the smallest smallmouth I've landed here so far. Back in there, buddy. There we go. What we got? Sauger? Yeah, we got a sauger. Check that out. He's a good looking one too. Settle down, buddy. Settle down there. Settle down. Get that out of your mouth. You weren't coming off there, were you? Gotta drop them gill plates down. They can be dangerous. Here we go, guys. Good looking old sauger. That is a good looking little booger. This is like the 3rd one I've caught this week, man. They are all over the place here, I tell you what. All right, let's get him up out of here. I could just about hit him from underwater. There he goes. All right, sauger for the evening. I will take that. Thought I had a smallmouth there for a minute, but that's okay. That's a fish. Got him. Not bad. Not bad at all. Angry old smallmouth right there. Settle down there, buddy. There we go, guys. That is a beauty on the Helger monster right there. Good looking winter bass right there. Man, he is an absolute beauty right there. Popped that Helger monster coming through there, man. Could not resist. All right, buddy. See you later.